Hello YouTube! This is the first official deck profile for the BT11 Ultimate Cup Modified format, which this is a deck you can play in, the regular BT11 format. But I'm starting with Bloomlord for the modified deck list because I do believe that Bloomlord might just be the best deck in the format, the modified format. Definitely debatable, but you do have to play the deck properly. Like, it does feel like Green Lilith Loop, so as long as you can play it correctly, you're probably going to do fine. Probably going to do okay. I'm going to show you guys my deck choices. I like the deck. It's so far it's working in testing, and I'll tell you guys what stuff I want to throw in after. Just extra options and whatever. If you guys like the deck profile, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, to notification bell, smash potatoes. That way you know when all these basic digital videos go live. For babies, we are playing 5. Because we actually kind of get there sometimes. We have 4 Argomons and a Gummymon. The Argomon, when it comes out suspended during the main phase, the start of turn, gain a memory back. And then Gummymon, when you suspend opponent's Digimon, draw 1 once per turn. I like the Argomon better because your deck is, thin enough. Gummy helps you if you're like really dead drawing, but like you need the memory more than the cards in the hand usually, which is why I play 4 and 1. Have I considered going the other way around? Yes, but like 4 Argo, 1 Gummy is fine right now. Rookies, we're doing 4 Palmon. On play, real top 4, add a vegetation or plant and a fairy. So it can add Bloomlord plus one of the other guys, which is really, really cool on play. Don't forget that a lot of cards can play cards for free in this deck. So like you can resolve this without even paying memory, which is really, really cool. We play 4 copies of Pomumon, the one that's when it's suspended by an effect, you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Card's broken. It allows you to enable control boards on your opponent's side of the field. You suspend their guys, attack, bounce, whatever you want. Card's crazy. Much like in the EX3 days, I am very, very big on this Pomumon. It's a vegetation still that says all turns players can't play Digimon by effects. Why? Because I'm a very big believer in like the Yu-Gi-Oh methodology of build your big board and then floodgate the opponent out of existence. And there are enough decks that play cards by effects, like the mirror match, for instance. So like if you do a big bloom board against an opponent, you break their board and you drop Pomumon, congrats, you won the game. Good job. Also really good against things like Merva, good against things like Beelstar with Nail Bones, other random stuff here and there. I like Pokemon a lot. I think you should play 4 of it. I think the card's insane. Last 2 rookies are 2 Terriermons. We don't play 4 because it's a beast. It's not a vegetation or a plant or a fairy or anything like that. It's just memory denial. But it's not in your theme of archetypes you need for this deck or whatever you call these things. So only 2 is fine. But 14 rookies I think is more than enough. I will get to a part later where I have a suggestion as to what you can do with one of these Terriermons. But we'll get there when we get there. Besides that, rookie lineup is fine. These are your main 12, and the Terriermons are just cool. Next, champions. We play 11. We play 4 copies of Sunflowmon. When you Digivolve, suspend one of your Digimon, and you play a Digimon, Vegetation Planner Fairy, 3,000 or less while paying memory cost. So again, can't play Terriermon, but you can play the rest of your 3,000 or less Digimon like that, so that's pretty cool. And the Inheritable is really good. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon, draw a card. So you just draw cards out of nowhere with this card. So it's really, really cool. Yes, it's a 4-drop. Yes, it's a 2-cost Evo. It's fine, though. It's 3,000. You can play it for free with its own effect, or like anything else, so that's kind of funny. We play 4 copies of Red Vegiemon because it's a 3-cost champion to play with 3,000 DP. That's very, very important. And then our last champion is 3 copies of Weedmon. In this deck, it's strictly worse right now because our deck only plays 1 card with Digiburst. So Weedmon isn't coming up all that often. However, is a 3,000 DP vegetation, which means you can play them for free. That's why we play 3 Weedmons in the deck. And this lineup is perfect. Nothing else I want, nothing else I need. Ultimates. This is where things start to get kind of wonky and all over the place. First of all, 4 copies of Agitarmon. This is your ultimate. You need to have Agitarmon. This card is crazy. It has a main once per turn effect where you suspend one of your Digimon to play something 3,000 DP or less, Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy. Great card. And then the inheritable is where it really comes in. So, like, when an effect suspends one of your Digimon, gain a memory. Next, 2 copies of Cherrymon. Cherrymon here, Digizorbs can evolve for 3 or Digizorbs for reduced cost of 2, so evolves for 1. And once per turn, if it's suspended, you may switch it to... Sorry. When an opponent's Digimon attacks, you may switch the target of the attack to one of your suspended Digimon. It doesn't have to be Cherrymon per se. It's very good for redirecting because we don't play blockers. Redirecting is very, very important. So 2 copies is fine. We play 2 copies of Blossommon because Blossommon is just a free Digizorb and a vegetation, which matters. That's all. And 1 copy of Agumon because Agumon is limited. And Digizorbs for free, so -3, make it a 0. The when attacking is really good. You play a level 3 green Digimon from your hand for free. Suspended. Which means if you're attacking with Bloomlordmon, all of a sudden it's another suspended Digimon that might give you extra security attack or whatever. 1 Agumon is busted. I wish I could play more, honestly. It is held back by the fact that it is a mutant. It's not a plant or fairy or vegetation, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. 9 ultimates. We're going to move on to Megas. Megas are playing 4 copies of Blue Mussy herself. When Digivolving, you suspend one of your Digimon. Then you gain a memory for each of your suspended Digimon. And then if you have 2 or more, gain 2 or more memory, you unsuspend, and then you get gain piercing. So if you use Agitar to play this and you evolve into Bloom, you go to 3. You suspend this, and then you gain 2 memory, and then the Agitar gets 2 memory as well. So you're at 0, and then when you swing, you're security +1, piercing, extra DP. That's the combo. If I like worded that terribly the first time, I apologize. But yeah, 4 Bloomlord, kind of necessary. You really need to play 4. It's your boss monster. Secondary boss monster, 3 copies of Hydrasy. This card's really good. This is more of your control card, not so much an aggro card. So, when Digivolving, suspend a Digimon. Alright. All turns, when an opponent's Digimon is suspended, you gain a memory for each of your other vegetation, plants, or fairies. So, not including itself. It's all turns, so like if your opponent is attacking or something, you gain memory. Really good card. And then end of turn once per turn, if you have 2 or more suspended Digimon with vegetation, plant, fairy, you can bomb deck when your opponent's suspended Digimon. This card's really good at getting rid of annoying things like Evade, Blocker, All Force, and Machine Dramon. Really annoying things. Next, we're playing 1 copy of Shivamon. We're playing Shivamon because I want an out to options, basically. If I'm running into a deck that's heavy options, like Beelstar or something, or if I just want to, like, burn security, Shivamon is good for that. Because, you know, if you unsuspend it, you trash top card of security during the start of your turn. So, card is actually, like, kind of good. And it's there to randomly control your opponent from playing options. So I think that's a worthy inclusion as a 1-of in the deck. Unfortunately, this is an insectoid. So it's not a vegetation, a plant, or a whatever. Fairy. And that's okay. I think it's a worthy trade-off in my opinion. Final Mega in the deck, final Digimon in the deck, is 1 copy of Nidhogg. I'm a big believer in the Nidhogg tech because people don't respect Nidhogg. They will go wide, and you'll get punished for going wide with Nidhoggmon. For those who don't remember what this card does, you Digiburst 4 when you evolve, you suspend no opponent's Digimon 5,000 DP or less, you bottom deck all your suspended Digimon. So it's effectively kind of like a big board clear against decks that go wide. If you're on the back end of like a Bloomlord play or a Murmamon play, or whatever, Beelstar play, Manilbone play, Nidhogg can get you right back into the game, which is really, really cool. It's there for the clutch. It's never the first level 6 I go into. It's there as a comeback card. Sometimes you never need it. But it's there, it comes up, and does put in work. That's it for the Digimon. We're moving on to the Tamers next. Or just Tamer, I guess. 1 Mimi. 1 Memory Tamer Mimi. You don't really need Memory Tamer. You don't really need Memory Tamers in this deck. You don't really need anything in this deck. But having the Mimi for the memory and for the tap to like do extra egg stuff is really, really fine. Nothing else you need. Options. There's 6 cards left in the deck. We're playing 4 copies of Green Memory Boost. For the consistency, for the memory. This deck is just all about getting memory, to be honest. Memory Boost helps you do that and gets you your missing pieces, which is really good. 1 copy of HPD, because it's at 1, and it's broken. And 1 copy of Samdi Santi. Suspend one of your Digimon and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. It does not unsuspend that turn. It's crazy. triggers your effects, allows you to control things even more. Card's kind of absurd, and insecurity to suspend something. So that's pretty cool. There is one thing I would change in the deck that I've been thinking about doing but haven't done yet. Like I said, if you need like extra option removal, I've been thinking about cutting a Terriermon for a Grandis Soul. I've been thinking about that. I haven't committed to it yet this format. I will probably try it, but something to keep in mind for just the extra removal if you really find you need it. That's it. That's the Bloomlord. I really do think this is at least a top 3 deck of this format, if not the best deck of the format. If you play it properly, you will get very much rewarded. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. See you later. Bye.